So for step 17, attaching the rear bumper, well, it's just this one piece, the T8, which is going to go onto the underside of the chassis. And then we've got two of these tapping screws with the flatheads. And so this will be a fairly simple step, but what it's going to do is also going to secure the bottom so that we don't have as much play in the lower arms. So I'll set this up and let's put on the bumper. So here is our bumper, and again, because this is coming off the T parts tree, it is a softer plastic, so you need to watch that a bit. But you can see that this actually slides inside of there. So you see how that is going to slide into the hole. And then when you turn this over, you can see where the flathead screws are going to go. So if I just push this in, let's grab a flathead. So I'm going to do this from the side. I'm going to use my thumb to hold it while I screw this in. And again on the other side, just to make sure that it's okay. Well, both sides are going in okay, so I can take this all the way now. Now, the screws themselves are going from hard plastic to hard plastic, but I guess they're going through the holes that are in the soft plastic. So you don't have to worry about it as much because I can tell that this is completely secure. And there we go. There is our rear bumper in place. Very good. And I mean, I'm just trying to look here for a second. I keep hearing there's a lot of slop with this chassis. Now at the moment, I'm not seeing anything I would worry about because there has to be movement. And these aren't moving back and forth that much. So to my mind, that's no different to any other chassis that I've put together. Even the TT-02 has a bit of movement. But I guess we'll see as we go along, once we've built some of the other pieces, get the shocks on, etc. So I don't know about the slop thing that is being talked about all the time, so it feels pretty good to me at the moment. But we'll see. So there we go. Bumper is on. Simple step. 17 is complete. So we can now move on to step 18, and we're going to work on the subdeck. So for step 18, the subdeck, well, we're going to grab this other part here. We've got A8, we've got E4, and those are the parts right there. Now this is an interesting kit because essentially it's built in two halves. We've just finished building the rear and sort of the midsection, and then this is going to be the front suspension and everything, and then it gets attached after we've built it. So it's in two parts. Kind of an interesting design. So we've just got our 6 MA3 tapping screws, and we'll just put these on. So I'll set this up and let's put it together. So if we grab our main subframe here, you can see that this piece, if we match it, this area here is facing forward. And you can see that on this, they're showing these marks here. So these are the 2 screw holes right there. So that is going to sit like that. So they're saying we just need to attach these with these 2 screws. So that's what we'll do. So let's get that one on. And get that one on. And I mean, we know that's fitting okay, so I'm just going to tighten these down. One last check. Yes. And yes. So there's that piece in place. And once that's done, we need to put on A8. Now you can see that in terms of the positioning of this, we want it facing this way. It is then going to sit right there. So you can see that there's the 4 holes, 2, 3, 4, and that just nicely fits into place just like that. So we've got to screw the 2 in there and the 2 at the top. And again, let's just get one of these in at the moment. That feels fine. Get this one going. And that means, yeah, let's get that one in there. And the last one. I know I say this all the time, but to do this the best way is do make sure to get all the screws in before you tighten anything down. Trust me from experience over the years when I've built these going way back, if I tightened one and then tried to put the others in, quite often I was having to unscrew things to loosen things off so that you could actually get the other screws in place. That feels right. And doing it this way, you also know that since all the screws are in, it shouldn't take too much effort to get them all in. And there we go. So we had that plate and this part here. Well, there's our plate and that's the part here. So that is complete. So step 18 is done. So we can now move on to step 19, where we're going to attach the front upper arms.